Sorry. You're welcome to this very first episode of Questions with Grace Renner. On this show, I answer your questions. So send me any questions on your mind about on relationships, marriage, dating, sex, love, etc., etc. I am here for you. So first question, is it okay to date my cousin's ex-husband? Wow, interesting question. Is it okay to date my cousin's ex-husband? Well, okay, so there are many perspectives to this. Let me start from the perspective of the ex-husband. Now, you're free to date whomever you want to date because you're no longer married. However, I doubt that dating your ex's cousin would be considered appropriate. Why? Because of course there are some sensitivities that will be present. You know, lots of meanings could be read to it. They could say, oh, they're probably dating her before when you guys were still married. They could say, oh, you had your eyes on her all the while you were still married, or that you haven't gotten over your ex enough to go far away from the family. Okay. However, you're free to date whoever you want to date, but I do not think it's a good idea to go after your ex's cousin. Okay, then from the perspective of the cousin, now I believe that there are lots of potential spouse out there that will be good for you. Why? Because you do not want to hurt your cousin in the process. You do not want to separate families, because there's no way that, oh, you want to date your cousin's ex-husband and it won't cause friction in the family. It's not worth it. So as much as possible, you want to make sure that, you know, I mean, relationships are so important. Your family is important, you know, which involves your cousins as well. So as much as possible, you want to make sure that you don't do that kind of thing, because it might cause friction. Not might, it would likely cause friction in the family. I mean, I remember a Nigerian series that I just watched, Love Like This. And there was a story about a girl that liked her cousin's ex-fiancé. You know, there is no way that there won't be sensitivity involved in it. So as much as possible, you want to make sure that you do right by your cousin. You know, let your good conscience guide you. You know, there are lots of men out there, good men, you know, that, like I said, might be good for you. So if you ask me, I would say, you know what, don't put yourself in such an awkward position. Don't cause friction in the family. Look for somebody else. Thank you. Number 2, I'm a Christian. Can I marry a good person from a different religion? Okay, to answer your question, I would use the scripture, 2 Corinthians 6 verse 14. Be ye not equally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath unrighteousness with righteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness? Now, what this scripture means is that it's important that when you're a Christian, you get married to a Christian. So it's not enough to be married to a good person. God is the anchor to our souls. So he can only play that role if you have him in your life, inside of you. Okay, and that is also the way that he can secure your marriage. You're only safe with a person who believes in Jesus Christ. Now, what do I mean? Not just Christian by religion, but someone who believes in the death, the burial, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So if you say you are a Christian, it would only do you good if you settle for a Christian spouse. Okay, and that will be all for today. I hope this was helpful. Whoever sent this question, thank you for sending your question. Kindly send me your questions if you have any. I'll be here to answer your questions every Monday. Thank you so much. I remain Grace Renner. Bye for now.